Chapter 13. I'm running out of words to say, and I don't want to keep you waiting. Time is flying. Baby, yes, I know. But your eyes have got me hesitating. Can I tell you that I love you? Tell you that I need you? Tell you that I'm never, ever, ever gonna let you go? Can I tell you that I want you? And I need to be beside you? Can I tell you? Because I want you to know I'll never let you go. Song, Tell You. Artist, The Kind of September. From the album, 17 Times Over. It's the night of the American Music Awards in Los Angeles, and I've just realized something. Both of my final exams for my online classes are this week, and I haven't studied for them at all. Seriously, why did I think that taking college classes and working a full-time job with a popular boy band would be a good idea? Oh yeah, I wanted to make my parents proud. How overrated is that? The good news is that since these exams are taken online, they're both open note and open book. However, they're also timed, so it's not like I could sit around and look every answer up and still expect to finish. Maybe I could sneak a textbook into the awards tonight. Right now, I'm reviewing notes on my laptop, but I'm not really absorbing anything. Sam doesn't understand why I'm stressed out. Actually, he doesn't understand why I'm still taking classes at all.
You do know you're pretty much set for life, right?
He asked me. He's already dressed for the red carpet, and let me tell you, he looks amazing. He's in black slacks, a white shirt, and a black vest. Seriously, what is it about guys in vests? No, you're set for life. I still might need something to fall back on, I remind him.
Hey, as long as we're set for life, you're set for life. Unless you do something crazy like rob a bank or kill a person.
Oh darn, you just ruined all my holiday plans. I joke.
In all seriousness, though, do you actually enjoy taking these classes? Or are you just doing it because you think it's what you're supposed to be doing?
A little bit of both, I admit. You know, when I first started taking them, we really didn't know where all of this was going. I thought I needed a backup plan. It's true. None of us had any idea how big the kind of September would get, not even its members. Even when they were writing music and holding auditions and performing locally in the Bay Area, none of them imagined one day being invited to perform for the American Music Awards, let alone being nominated for Artist of the Year. I think the most they ever hoped for was an indie record and enough support to travel around the country. No one dared to dream they'd be here in only a few short years.
I get that.
Sam tells me.
Still, you shouldn't stress out over it. It's not like a B in a few online classes is going to completely derail your life.
I know, but I don't want all the work I've done this semester to have been for nothing.
You're a real nerd, you know that?
Sam asked, flopping back onto the bed. And you're going to get in trouble with Tiffany if you mess up your hair. And when that happens, I'm going to laugh.
Touche.
But Sam doesn't move.
You are happy, aren't you?
That surprises me. I turn away from my computer screen to look at him. Of course I am. Why wouldn't you think so?
I don't know. With all the rumors and drama, and now the additional school stuff, I just want to make sure you're still happy.
I am, I assure him. I actually can't imagine life getting any better.
You kind of say that like it's a bad thing.
Do I? I don't hear it. But Sam is usually pretty good at knowing what's going on inside my head, apart from the whole being in love with him thing. It's not a bad thing. It's kind of a scary thing, but not necessarily bad.
Why is it scary?
It really doesn't make sense when you hear it out loud, but I'm not sure I know how to explain it. I guess it feels like when life is so good, there's a lot more to lose, and that worries me. I tell him. At that, Sam sits back up and looks at me.
You think you're going to lose us? Why would you think that?
I don't. I just. I don't know. Now you've got me thinking and worrying that you don't think I'm happy, and I promise you I am.
Okay, okay, I'm sorry. Sam laughs. The last thing I want is to make you think.
Thank you. Now I'm laughing too. Unfortunately, though, I'm still thinking. I never admitted to Sam, but I do worry about the future. Because as much as I like it to, I don't think this will last forever. One day, the kind of September won't be together anymore. They might do a reunion tour, but eventually, they'll all go their separate ways. Most bands do. But even if they don't break up, we'll all get older, and the guys will meet new people, and eventually, Sam will fall in love with someone for real. That's the day I'm really dreading, because I can see that happening sooner than the band breaking up. And as much as I hate the idea of letting my feelings for a guy interfere with my life and career, I truly don't know if I'll be able to handle it when that day comes. This is why you should never fall in love with your best friend or your coworkers. It could get really complicated and really depressing, and I don't want it to be depressing. Tonight we're going to the American Music Awards. True, I won't be able to sit with them or anything, since they'll be up front and performing, but it's still an incredibly cool and exciting thing. Maybe with any luck, I'll run into that hot Irish guy again, and he won't remember me. He doesn't know it, but if Sam ends up falling in love with someone else, he's my real backup plan. Hey, a girl can dream. Growing up, I was taught that the difference between being an extrovert and being an introvert was that extroverts are loud and outgoing and like to talk, and introverts are quiet and shy and prefer to listen. I never knew exactly what I was, since when I'm around my friends, I could be as loud as outgoing as they are, and yet in big crowds or surrounded by strangers, I often find myself mute. It wasn't until I took an online personality test that may or may not have been entirely credible that I learned that extroversion and introversion have absolutely nothing to do with how much a person talks. It has to do with energy. Extroverts gain energy from being around people. They thrive in crowds. Introverts are the exact opposite. Being around too many people drains them of energy, and they have to spend time alone in order to recharge. That's where the introverts are loners stereotype comes in. I finally learned that I am an introvert. So are Oliver and Joni. The rest of the guys? They're extroverts through and through. They love this atmosphere. They love the people. They're all totally high on the energy of everyone around them here at the American Music Awards. And they should be. This is their night. Right now, they're being interviewed. A lot of fans are screaming at them from the sidelines. The woman conducting the interview even seems flustered by their presence. It's probably not helping that Josh and Sam are both acting particularly flirty, winking, running their hands through their hair, you know. You guys have come so far in your short career. Tell me, how does it feel to be here at the AMAs? She asks.
Incredible.
Josh answers.
This is just the most incredible feeling. We're so proud and we're just really excited to perform and have a good time tonight.
This is just the beginning of a really exciting week for you. Your third album, Meet Me on the Midway, is due out in just a few short days. What can you tell us about it?
We could tell you that it's amazing. Corey grins.
The woman interviewing them laughs. I'm glad to hear that. I hope you think it's amazing.
Well, like you said, this is our third album. The first two have been so well received with the fans, and we're so grateful to all of them for their love and support. And we just really hope that they love this album as much as they love the first two.
Sam says.
The songs are our love letters to them.
Oliver adds. Speaking of love letters, your love lives have been crazy lately. Care to share any dirty details?
Don't believe everything you read online.
Sam advises.
Especially about me.
Josh pipes up.
Or me.
Oliver adds.
Everything they say about me is true.
Jesse jokes.
Same.
Corey admits. The interviewer laughs. Well, boys, I hope you enjoy your evening. You truly deserve it.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
And with that, the guys are back to the lights, stars, and celebrity of the red carpet. Every time I watch the Oscars or the Emmys or any sort of award ceremony, I always think about how strange it is to see so many actors together and out of context. Seeing Han Solo casually chatting with Sherlock Holmes and Catwoman can really throw you for a loop. I'm feeling the same way now, seeing so many different singers and musicians all together. Most of the time, they all seem to exist in their own separate universes. Not here. Here, they're all packed together under one roof, and it's a little overwhelming. There's so much talent in this one room. It's strange to think about. How is this building still standing with all the star power inside? Joni doesn't seem fazed at all by the famous faces all around her. Then again, Joni is kind of hard to impress. Me? I'm trying to remind myself to stay calm and pretend I'm cool. Seriously, how can I be expecting to act cool and casual when the greatest names in music are in this room? Some of them within mere feet of me. I know that by now. I should be kind of used to it. With the guys, I totally am. But if you don't geek out even a little bit when Paul McCartney says hello to you, you might not be human. By now, the show is about half over and the guys are the next group to perform. I don't know why, but I always get anxious whenever I watch them from the audience. Watching from backstage, I'm totally fine. But sitting out here, I'm a nervous wreck. Of course, there's no reason for me to feel this way. The guys love performing live, and they're always amazing, even when they mess up or fall down or accidentally botch the lyrics, often on purpose. They smile, laugh it off, and it goes down in fandom history, or at least on BuzzFeed, as yet another adorable and epic The Kind of September moment. Basically, the guys can do no wrong. Okay, that's not entirely accurate. There are plenty of false rumors and bad information floating around about their personal lives. But as far as their career goes, they're gold. That becomes even clearer when they take the stage to the most enthusiastic ovation of the night. Sam, she's in love with Autumn Leaves, and the song does head first sing. I don't know, but I believe that love will find her. Corey, she tells me that she likes to play when the skies are cold and gray, but I hope she'll find a way to open up her heart. Please, baby, open up your heart. All. And meet me, where the lights are always shining. Meet me, on the midway. Tell me, that our love will be forever, and we will be together, come what may on the midway. Josh, I don't know what she thinks about. Her pretty head is filled with doubt, but I hope she'll figure out how much I need her. Oliver, she laughs away the dark of night, and her eyes are full of light. Oh, that she might be mine. I'd never let her go. No, I'll never let you go. All. So meet me, where the lights are always shining. Meet me on the midway. Tell me, that our love will be forever, and we will be together, come what may on the midway. Jesse, you say you're scared of how you feel, and I can understand, but I know that this love is real. Just let me take your hand. All. So meet me, where the lights are always shining. Meet me on the midway. Tell me, that our love will be forever, and we will be together, come what may, on the midway. Chapter 14. It's nights like these in the summer I remember, and I wonder, are you here with me? 11 summers, passing slowly. Do you remember? To remember June. Song, Remembering June. Artist, The Kind of September. From the album, The Kind of September. Note to self. It doesn't matter how cool the American Music Awards after party is. If you have to wake up to catch an 8 a.m. flight, you're going to feel terrible. I know you thought you could handle it. You can't. I'm not kidding you. I didn't know it was physically possible to be this exhausted. Honestly, I have no idea how the guys are even conscious right now. I only attended one after party. They were invited to three. Granted, as Artist of the Year, they deserve to let loose and celebrate. But three after parties? I'm willing to bet they didn't even bother sleeping. But I haven't asked them. No one seems capable of actually making words. This isn't fair. I didn't even drink. The only person who is even kind of sort of awake and functional is Joni. But that's because she skipped all the after parties and went straight back to our hotel after the awards were over. She's been trying to go over the schedule for after we land back in New York, but none of us are listening. I think I might have heard something about an interview and a photo shoot, but thankfully, no one wants to take pictures of me, so guess what? I'm going to sleep. Honestly, though, I know I sound like I'm complaining a lot, but I'm really, really happy for the guys and so proud of them. I know they're proud of all they've accomplished too, and they should be. Last night was awesome. This week is going to be spectacular. If the most I've got to complain about is after I only got a few hours of sleep last night, I'd say life is pretty okay. Sam Morneau's secret affair. Joni announces out of the blue. Wait, that doesn't sound okay.
What?
Sam asks, looking like he just snapped out of a really weird dream and into an even weirder reality. According to a number of witnesses, notorious heartbreaker Sam Morneau was seen flirting and partying with fellow pop sensation Chloe Conley. Joni reads from her phone. Friends of Conley, who famously dated Morneau's friend and bandmate Josh Hill, confirmed that the two got cozy last night at one of the American Music Awards after parties. They seemed really into each other. It didn't seem to bother him at all that she's his friend's ex, claims one source who requested to remain anonymous. No word yet on how Hill, who often reviewed as most sensitive of the group, what? Josh exclaims, is handling this devastating betrayal.
Are you kidding me?
Sam groans and leans his head back against the airport benches. Did you see Chloe last night? Joni asked him.
For like 2 seconds. We ran into each other. I told her I enjoyed her performance. She gave me a hug and that was it. See, where you were wrong was telling her you enjoyed her performance.
Jesse remarks.
Do people really think I'm the sensitive one?
Josh demands. His brows are furrowed and he looks like he's trying not to panic. I'm kind of beginning to think that he and I are a lot alike. We're both dwellers.
I'm not the sensitive one, am I?
Right now? Yes, Joni answers.
I knew it. It's the big brown eyes, isn't it?
And the whiny personality. Shut up, Joni snaps. How many times do I have to tell you guys to be careful? You know what kind of person Chloe Conley is. You guys just won Artist of the Year, and you're less than 24 hours away from your third album release. This is not at all the time for any sort of bad publicity.
Well, it's a little late for that, apparently.
Jesse comments. He sounds almost amused.
Jesse? Corey says, yeah, bro. Not helping.
Look, I know you think I'm overreacting. And I know that this is just a big joke to you. But don't you understand what the problem is? Joni asked. The guys respond with blank stares. I'm not really even sure I understand what the problem is. Yes, I hate that Sam is the target of yet another fake scandal. And I hate that the people persistently spread lies about him and the guys. But in all honesty, I really don't see any of that affecting their popularity or their record sales. They never have in the past.
Is it because some crazy girl and her goons are spreading lies about us? Because that happens like every day.
Josh reminds her. But what's the difference here? Joni asks. Again, the stares. I think Oliver and Sam are actually on the verge of dozing off. Joni heaves an exasperated sigh. Surely she's figured out by now that the guys have talent oozing out their ears. But when it comes to logic and actually having to think, the glass is half full at best. The difference is that this time, they're pitting you against each other.
So?
Josh asked, shrugging his shoulders. How do I explain this? Joni rubs her eyes with the heels of her hands. Mel, why do you like reading those stupid young adult novels? Hey, they're not stupid. That's totally offensive. I love young adult fiction. Maybe it's not as quote-unquote sophisticated as what Joni likes to read. But you know what? Those books make me happy. So there. Just answer the question. Joni tells me. I don't know. They're fun. But they're not all fun, are they? They've all got a bit of drama, a love triangle, feuding mythical creatures, maybe a romance with a dead person. What's your point? I ask. The point is that those books wouldn't sell half as well if there wasn't conflict. These gossip columnists and reporters are the same way. No one wants to read a news article about a band who gets along. There has always got to be some kind of backstabbing or friction, and if there isn't any, they're going to find a way to create some.
Okay, that might be the case, but there is no friction. There's no inner turmoil. Sam didn't betray anyone. They can write that stuff all day long, Joe. It doesn't make it true.
Jessie says. It's not true this time. Joni says, folding her arms across her chest.
What? Are you saying you think Sam is that guy? That he or any of us would actually do something like this? Come on, Joni. I thought you knew us better than that.
Stop! Sam raises his voice. Look, if Joni's right and the media wants to stir up some kind of tension between us, then they're doing a pretty good job. Jessie, you know that Joni is just trying to look out for us. Give her a break. Thank you, Sam, Joni says.
You're welcome,
Sam tells her.
And look, I'm just as sick of these lies as you are. But if we let them get to us, then the tabloids and everyone behind them win. And yeah, it's upsetting to think that some people will actually believe I would do this to a friend. Not as upsetting as it is that people think I'm devastated by this so-called betrayal.
Josh once again interjects.
However, we have too much going on this week. Too much good stuff. And I think that's what we need to be focusing on, not this.
I'm not sure I mentioned this, but Sam could be very eloquent when he wants to be. I mean, yeah, most of the time. He's kind of gross or kind of silly or sometimes even mildly inappropriate. But he's got his head and his heart in the right place. That's not something I can say for a lot of people. I'm not even sure it's something I can say for myself. You know it's still going to come up. Joni warns them. In all these interviews, they're going to be asking about this and not the album.
And we'll deal with it,
Sam assures her.
We always do. And as always, we'll charm them with our ravishing good looks and devil-may-care charisma,
Jessie says.
And make it very clear that I am not the sensitive one.
Josh, let it go. While the guys are at their photo shoot, I'm taking the time to do some last-minute studying for my finals. And by that, of course, I mean I'm browsing all the social media sites to see how the fans are responding to the Sam, Chloe, Josh non-triangle. It's funny. I've always thought that drama like this ended in high school, but clearly that's not the case. In fact, I'm tempted to say it only gets worse. In high school, all you have to worry about are grades and whether or not a cute boy likes you. Out in the real world, there are stupid things like money and reputations and status that make people go out of their already ridiculous minds. Don't believe the lie, kids. There is no magical line that people cross once they reach the age of 18 that magically transform them into mature adults. They're all still the same crazy, dramatic people, but with the legal ability to vote. Yay, America. As before with the hashtag Meliver debacle, there are fans who are jumping to Sam's defense. However, there are others who are accusing him of being a player. Several are in denial. A few are begging the masses to mind their own business. Unfortunately, those precious few are often lost beneath the hundreds of thousands of fans bemoaning their existence. This time, however, I'm also noticing a bit of a new trend. The "we hate Chloe Conley" trend. I can't believe that at Miss Chloe Conley would do this to Sam. I used to like her music. Now she makes me sick. Chloe Conley's new album is coming out next month. No one buy it. At Miss Chloe Conley is literally the worst person I have ever heard of. Hashtag support Sam Morneau. Even though I know Sam appreciates his fans sticking up for him, I know that he would be the first person to tell them not to blame Chloe. I've never met her, so I have no idea what she is really like. But from what I've heard, it's the people working for her who fuel these continuous flames of fraudulence. Granted, that kind of means it's still on her for not firing them, but she doesn't seem to be a bad person. Even if she was, Sam still wouldn't want to see his fans criticizing a fellow musician. None of the guys would. But while the fans aren't really saying anything new, the media is taking the reports to a new level. Sam and Chloe's backstage passion. The ultimate betrayal. Sam Morneau hooking up with bandmate's ex. Is this the end of TKOS? Sam Morneau and Josh Hill feuding over pop princess Chloe Conley. And wouldn't you know it, they're all the top news stories. Joni was right. Ink sells. None of it's true. Well, actually, it might be a good thing for them. If the kind of September did happen to break up, then all of their dramatic source material goes out the window. They'd have to rely on other celebrities to stir up trouble. And let's face it, no one else does anything as scandalous as TKOS. Supposedly. You know, it's kind of weird to think that for once, Tara isn't behind all of this. Unless she got jealous that she wasn't invited to the awards themselves, let alone the after parties, and went to all the news outlets as some sort of ill-conceived attempt at vengeance. But to tell you the truth, I don't think she's that smart. Unfortunately, Corey still hasn't figured out that she isn't that smart, because he's still dating her. Or maybe brains just aren't that important to him. Either way, Sam just texted me to let me know that Corey's invited her back to our hotel for the evening since, and I quote, she hasn't seen him in 3 whole days. Why can't he just go back to her hotel? Because the album is being released tonight at midnight, and he wants her to be a part of the celebration. Honestly, I don't know how much celebrating will be going on since I got more sleep than all of them last night, and I can barely stand up straight. But they're guys. Even when we were kids, they seem to have more energy than us girls. I don't know why. Maybe the estrogen slows us down or something. I just got another text from Sam.
Are you still studying?
Yep, I reply. And of course, by that I mean no. But I am still sitting in my room in my sweats on my computer. So I guess that sort of counts as studying.
Great. Be there in 10 minutes.
As usual, I feel a tiny skip in my otherwise perfectly stable heartbeat. Being with Sam anytime is always wonderful, but being alone with him is the best. Okay, see you soon, smiley face.
Want food?
He asked. Oh, always.
Okay. I'll see what I've got in my stash.
Sam is kind of like a squirrel. Every once in a while, he goes on grocery raids where he stocks up on snack foods. He doesn't even look at what he buys. If he can eat it, it goes in the stash. The weird part is that none of us know where he keeps the secret food. It is a total mystery. As far as I know, he's never told a soul. May I just say that keeping a secret like this in a group like this is unprecedented. Privacy just doesn't exist in this environment, and yet none of us can find Sam's secret snack stash. It's the one thing in the world that I don't know about him. And you know what? I think he's pretty proud of it. Chapter 15. They say you're a hero child. You're made of steel. You're flesh and blood of the lucky ones who makes these legends real. It was in that shining moment that I knew I had it all, that I had so far to fall. Song, Legends. Artist, The Kind of September. From the album, Meet Me on the Midway. Sam arrives with enough junk food to feed a small army, or at least an entire class of poor college students. He's also changed out of his photo shoot clothes and into plaid pajama pants and an oversized t-shirt. This is how I like him best. Yeah, he's super sexy when he's in his suits and button-down shirts, especially when he's performing. But this is the Sam that I know. The one who likes to hang out and eat snacks in his pajamas, and doesn't have to worry about what anyone says or thinks.
Sorry I'm late. Had to wait until Corey was out of the room before I could grab the snacks.
He says, Seriously, where do you keep all this?
I don't know.
He offers an innocent grin. Come on, I'm not going to sneak into your room and steal it.
I don't know that. Remember that time you stole a french fry off my plate?
He raises his eyebrows, like a parent scolding a misbehaving child. We were in 8th grade. You need to let that go.
And you need to accept the fact that you just might be the reason I don't trust anybody with my food.
Of course, his little foot hoarding act is my fault. Over one french fry.
You know how I feel about my fries.
It's true. Sam loves all food, but he's always been particularly fond of french fries. I should have known better than to take one. But best friends are supposed to share things with each other that we can't share with anybody else. That should include bad cafeteria food. You know, one day, someone is going to figure it out, I tell him.
And when that day comes, I will find a new hiding place.
Sam replies, flopping onto my bed. I try not to think about how much I wish I was laying next to him. Don't guys realize what they do to us? I know they think that we're the ones that are impossible to understand, but come on. How can a sexy guy stretch out on a bed like this and not expect his female companion to feel a little flustered? I guess it all goes back to the we've been friends for so long he probably doesn't even realize I'm a girl theory. I'm sure most women are at least vaguely aware of this phenomenon. A guy and a girl grow up together, and for some reason, one becomes completely genderless to the other, like a giant colorless blob. That is me. I am the blob. How was the photo shoot? I ask.
There were a lot of cameras.
He replies. His eyes are closed, and I'd almost think he was about to fall asleep, except for the fact that he's munching away on a bag of Cheetos. Sam might be the most talented guy I know. He can sing, he can dance, and he can actually snack and nap at the same time. Are you getting Cheeto crumbs on my pillow?
Probably.
Completely unapologetic. Seriously, why do I like him so much? Am I just that superficial that I can be swayed by a pair of gorgeous blue eyes and a playful grin? Probably. I'm going to take a picture of you and put it on Twitter with the caption, Hey ladies, this is what actually happens when you get Sam Morneau into bed.
They'll still think I'm adorable.
He counters. Unfortunately, that's true. Have you ever noticed that cute guys have it so much easier than the rest of us do? They can be gross, they can stink, they can do the stupidest, most embarrassing things, and yet people still think they're precious. I've never met another person who could get away with half the things Sam does just because he's cute and charismatic. Of course, they've also got the media trying to sabotage and vilify them at every twist and turn. So maybe charm does have its downsides. By now, I'm sick of pretending to study. I've been sitting at this hotel desk all day. My back and neck are cramped up. My eyes are blurred from staring at a computer screen, and even though he's leaving me with a blanket full of Cheeto crumbs, I just want to spend time with Sam. I shut down my laptop and settle down on the bed next to him. He opens one eye and glances over at me.
I thought you were studying.
I need a break. Want to watch a movie? He considers it.
Not really.
Play Would You Rather?
No.
Okay, what do you want to do?
We could just talk.
He says. That's actually the best answer he could have given me. What do you want to talk about?
What are you most looking forward to about next year?
He asks. When I don't respond immediately, he explains.
That was one of our interview questions after the photo shoot.
What did you say?
I said the tour, but I'm really looking forward to visiting places we haven't been yet.
He says, Me too. I want to go to Alaska.
Why Alaska? He asked.
Well, it's one of the few states we haven't been. It's beautiful. There's a lot of history and different cultures. It seems like the kind of place you'd go to have an adventure. And I finally get to see the Aurora Borealis.
I remember you saying that when we were younger, that the first item on your bucket list was seeing the Northern Lights.
He smiles.
You know you inspired the lyrics in Snowlight, right?
What? And just like that, I've forgotten how to breathe. I've never inspired anything before, let alone the lyrics to one of the most popular songs in the world. I did?
Yeah. Your birthday is in winter. And you've got that thing with the Northern Lights. I don't know. Snow has just always made me think of you.
Really?
Yeah. I'll never forget the first time you saw it. Or at least the first time I saw you see it. It was like nothing else in the world existed to you. You were just so enraptured with these little pieces of frozen water falling from the sky. It was kind of like seeing something magical.
Sam, I could probably live another 80 years and never again hear anything to make my heart melt like the words he just said to me. Wow.
Did I just embarrass you?
He asked with another sleepy grin. No, I'm kind of speechless. Snowlight is one of my favorite songs.
He shrugs. It's for you.
And with that, I truly do not believe I will ever be happier than I am this moment. Of course, Sam's phone chimes about half a second later, snapping me out of my giddy stupor back to a world in which other people besides the two of us exist. He reaches into his pocket and lifts his phone up so that he's holding it directly above the bridge of his nose. You'd think he had learned from the 12.5 times he's dropped it on his face while doing that. Apparently not. Do the guys need you? I ask him.
No, it's from Chloe.
Conley? I ask. Suddenly, all feelings of euphoria from Sam's earlier revelation have vanished, leaving a cold sense of petty anger and a touch of jealousy in their place. What does she want?
She's apologized for all the reports and rumors.
Really? That's a new twist. As far as I know, she never texted Josh to apologize for all the trouble she's caused him. Of course, that raises a brand new question. How did she get your number?
Who knows?
Sam replies, typing out a response. I'm dying to ask what he's saying to her. Hopefully it's something along the lines of, You should be sorry, leave me alone. But Sam is way too nice for that. He's probably just telling her it was no big deal and that he appreciates her apology. But, he could add in the leave me alone bit just to be safe. After he finishes typing, he tosses his phone aside and closes his eyes again. I know I shouldn't be worried about what just happened. After all, it's not like he really knows Chloe at all. But she's still beautiful and talented and famous. And apparently she's not as terrible a person as we all thought she was. I mean, yeah, maybe she's lying and she's not really sorry. But what if she's a genuinely nice person? And what if she and Sam kept texting? What if she turns out to be exactly his type and they fall in love and get married and have beautiful, talented, famous babies? My head hurts. Sam, on the other hand, is totally oblivious to my inner turmoil because he asks,
Do you think people will like the new album?
Yeah, I tell him honestly. I think everyone is going to love it.
Do you like it?
You know I do. I think it's your best so far.
Really?
Really?
You're not just saying that because you're my best friend.
Not just saying it. I promise him. Why? Are you worried?
No. I just want the fans to like it.
They will, I assure him. I guess even though they receive words of affirmation and adoration from practically everyone they meet, it's still nice to hear from people you know care about you. Strangers constantly profess their love for Sam, and he offers declarations of love in return. But I think every once in a while, all the guys need to be reminded that they have friends and family members who knew and loved them before all of this, and who would still love and appreciate them even if they weren't the kind of September. Sure enough, he whispers,
"Thank you, Mel,"
before he drifts off to a well-deserved and much-needed sleep. It's almost 9 o'clock in the evening. I didn't realize how much time has passed until Joni texted me a few minutes ago asking if Sam and I were coming to the party. Okay, technically, this midnight release celebration isn't a real party. It's just our usual group hanging out, listening to the new album, drinking champagne, and live tweeting. There will also be a lot of food. Good thing, too, since my growling stomach just reminded me that I haven't eaten dinner yet. The point is, even though the release shindig isn't an actual party, it's still going to be a lot of fun. Yeah, we're coming. I typed back to her before glancing over at Sam, who is still passed out on my bed. He did quite a bit of muttering after he first fell asleep, but after a while, he just started snoring. Not obnoxiously, but just loud enough to distract me from my millionth attempt at studying. Thankfully, I have a brand new pair of headphones that come in quite handy when I need to tune something or someone out. Please hurry. Corey just told me that Tara is on her way. Ugh. Oh boy. I can't wait to see her again. Setting my phone down on the desk, I walk over to Sam and gently shake his shoulder. Sam, I whisper. I don't know why, but I always feel so bad about waking people up. It feels so disruptive, but there's no way I'm going to face Tara without him. That, and I know he really wants to be there for the release. He murmurs and opens up a sleepy eye. Joni just texted me. The party's about to start.
What time is it?
He asked, rubbing his eye and sitting up. His voice is low and rough, just as it always is right after he wakes up. Almost 9.
Oh, wow, I was out.
He remarks. You needed it, I tell him. But you should know that you talk in your sleep, and know I know all your secrets.
Oh, yeah?
He grins. Yep, you told me everything, right down to where you keep your secret food.
That's not very nice. You're not supposed to exploit a man when he's sleeping.
He teases me. What better time to exploit? I ask.
Touché.
Once he's fully awake, I've made at least a tiny attempt to look like I didn't spend an entire day sitting in front of a computer. We walk together down the hall into Jesse, Josh, and Oliver's room. The new album is already playing through Jesse's enormous pair of speakers that he brings with him everywhere. A makeshift buffet is spread out on a table, and Josh is running around hugging everybody.
Mel, Sam, there you are.
He greets us and plants a huge kiss on my cheek. 13. I count silently.
Are you guys stoked or what? 3rd album, baby.
Josh asks. If Josh acts this much like a frat guy when he's sober, I can't wait to see what kind of effect alcohol will have on him. Then again, he might not drink. He has this weird thing with soft drinks. He might not like the burn of alcohol either. Of course, Josh really doesn't need to drink. He's constantly drunk on life.
Yeah,
Sam exclaims. Josh's enthusiasm is contagious, but I have something else on my mind. Can I have some food? I ask.
Jeez, Mel, way to make our night of self-congratulatory festivities all about you.
Josh huffs.
What are we going to do with her, Sam? Unfortunately, I think she's beyond help at this point, Josiah.
That's really sad. She had so much potential. You guys are so sweet, I tell them. Honestly, though, I love that we can all give each other a hard time. In a weird way, I think it's a sign of genuine friendship and affection. If I can give you a hard time, that must mean I really like you and feel comfortable around you. The guys are the same way. I make my way over to Joni, who is standing with Corey and Oliver next to the buffet table. Okay, I was really going for the food, but I'm glad that Joni is there too. The two of us need to stick together when Tara finally graces us with her ever-delightful presence. Having fun? I ask, piling a few miniature sandwiches and a handful of baby carrots and ranch dip onto a plate. For now, she remarks and folds her arm across her chest. See, this is why I'm glad I have Joni. I'm typically not a very surly person, but there's still a lot of stuff that bothers me. But I know I can always depend on her to adequately express exactly whatever negative emotion I might be feeling, so that I don't have to. When you think about it, it works.
You said you'd be happy this evening.
Corey reminds her in the annoying sing-song voice that he reserves specifically for her. I said I'd try. She sings back to him as Jessie suddenly appears beside her.
Wave, everyone. You're on FaceTime with my mom,
he announces, holding up his phone. Mrs. Scott smiles back at us from his screen. We greet her with a chorus of, Hi, hello there. Hi, Mama Scott. Hi, kids, she replies. I just wanted to let you know how proud I am of all of you and how much I love you.
Aw, we love you too,
Corey responds. It's one of the kind of September's better-kept secrets that tall, sexy rock star Jessie Scott is the group's biggest mama's boy. I'm not kidding. Seeing him with his mom is one of the cutest things you'll ever witness. He is so protective of her, and he is her world, her pride and joy. And she almost loves us just as much. I sometimes think it's weird that so many people know so many intimate details about the guys in their families. But then I also think it's kind of a tragedy that they don't know more. Before I can dwell any further, Corey's phone chimes. The grin on his face confirms what the rest of us already know. Tara's here.